Hello and welcome to Flame of Guidance. This is a general energy pick-a-card reading for all of you Geminis out there. Feel free to center yourself and begin to look at the three piles that you have in front of you and see which one is drawing you in. Once you've made your selection, head over to the timestamp listed below, and I'll see you there. Hello and welcome to all of you Gemini pile number 1 people. This is going to be the general energy whenever it is that you come across this reading. We're going to see what you have going on. I'm going to pull as many messages as I can. Only take what feels suited to you. Whatever doesn't, just let it be and set it free. Okay, here we go. I pre-shuffled these, so I'm finding out with you what the energy is. We have the King of Cups, the Four of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Nine of Cups. Then we also have the Four of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, okay, already I'm taking notice of the 4, 4, 4 that we have going on. There is the Four of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. I think that you're in. I think you're stuck. With the High Priestess here, Four of Cups is typically boredom, or you're kind of over things, or you're just kind of like you have what you want, but there's something missing. I don't know. There's something that you're just not fully satisfied with. The Four of Cups is stuck energy, and it's something that you're really you have a lot of comfort in this, or maybe you're just obsessing over something a little too much. You're holding on to something a little too tightly with the Four of Pentacles. Maybe you're, and with you showing up here as the Queen of Swords, which is Gemini, and then the High Priestess. This is something that you're stuck in emotionally with the King of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So there's something that you are stuck on. I think that you're super obsessed with who you're gonna end up with. You are so obsessed with finding someone right now. Okay, I think pile number 1. Okay, I'm getting a lot of you need to let it go. Like, you're trying to control so much and find out the outcome of everything, and typically the High Priestess is here to say trust your intuition, or your gut feeling is totally on point, or you know exactly what's going on. You are essentially heading in the right direction, but the High Priestess can also be showing up to say enough is enough. Let destiny fall in its place. You don't have to know everything. You don't always have to investigate every detail and every aspect and constantly nitpick at every single wish and this is how it has to be, and who's this person going to be with, and are they going to have the good job, and are they going to want to have kids, and are they really going to stick around, and I need them to be, you know, this height and have this color. You're like overdoing it. It's like overkill. And the High Priestess is not just saying, yes, you're on point, Yes, your intuition is very strong and on point. However, because you now can accept that with this big yes of the High Priestess, you also have to let it go. You need to let it go. You need to stop digging for things when you have a gut feeling and you're right about something. I know you always have to have that verification, that validation that you are right, but you don't always have to be right. That's what the High Priestess is saying. Let the pieces fall where they may. Let things unfold, and destined paths and people are meant to come into your life without you having to have this tight grip onto the outcome of who they should be and what they should look like and what work they should have and what describes a perfect or an ideal candidate, situation, connection, boyfriend, girlfriend. I think you're like on overkill here. Especially with, it's something that's emotionally tied to you with the King of Cups, and you here as the Queen of Swords, it's someone that you wish you could have like this relationship, but it has to be that way. You wish, you want this, you want that. You're single, 1000% you're single, because the Nine of Cups is on the opposite side of the King of Cups, not the Two of Cups. So this is you in your thoughts with the High Priestess about a relationship, about a connection, and you have this idea of how this King of Cups should be for you, what he should look like. And Spirit is saying to let that go a little bit and let things fall where they are supposed to, how things are intended to unfold. Let it be. Stop being such a control freak. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Pile number one, you have like a very direct message that I just channeled. Spirit is basically putting you in check right now. I'm sorry if this is triggering. I really do apologize, but it's almost like Spirit is saying, let go and let God. And I'm hearing like, for fuck's sakes, just let things happen. Like, what are you complaining about? You have so much around you. There's so much ocean for you to explore. Why are you so caught up in these air bubbles that you've been playing with for days and years? Like, stop playing with these ideas or these concepts, stop being so specific or greedy, or I don't know. It's almost like they're putting you in check here. Okay, let's see what else we have. Sorry, they were all upside down. We have satisfaction. You let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. Exactly. It's so hard to satisfy you. It's you want everything to be according to plan, according to this, according to that. It has to be because I've gone through this in the past. I don't want that to happen again because this has happened to me before, or because I witnessed someone else experience this, or because I saw how their relationship panned out, or because, finances were an issue. It's like nothing really satisfies you, and that's why Spirit is delaying a lot of things for you right now, and there's such a stalemate in your life because you're so hard to satisfy. You want everything at a specific temperature. If you have the ability to control that aspect, you will control the temperature of a specific thing. You're a control freak, and it's very hard to satisfy you. So stop setting up your future manifestation of a relationship to fail unintentionally. Don't make everything be about, I'm only going to be happy if X. Don't do that. Don't ever hold value to your happiness, don't ever hold value to be satisfied either, because satisfaction is something really hard to strive for in life. I totally just dropped all of your cards. Give me just one moment. Let me grab them. Okay, sorry guys, they totally flew under the table. Anyway, so it's like satisfaction is a very difficult thing to sustain in life because energy is so fluid, and you are going to change your mind about things at one point or another in your life. So don't stop things from coming in. It's like you're almost too specific or too picky. It's almost like you're too stuck on something or someone. You're like, this is the only person that's going to make me happy. And I know I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for it to come in. And I know this person's going to be this it person. This is like you're too tunnel vision. And I think satisfaction is telling you, you let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are exactly. Don't put your personal satisfaction in the hands of the outcome or the person. Don't ever do that. It's almost like you're setting yourself up to fail. Don't do that. Don't set yourself up. Okay, peacefulness. Wow. Came out in the reverse and I didn't even mean to do that. Yeah. I think you need to find inner peace. It's almost like this mental battle of digging for information. It's almost like you need to lay it to rest. With peacefulness, this is saying that you need to quiet your mind. Let me read what the card says. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love brings calmness to your soul. So peacefulness is kind of telling you to allow to put things to rest. Allow things to rest. The only thing we're missing of all of the fours is the Four of Swords, which is peacefulness. It's resting energy, also stalemate energy. A lot of stop is what I'm getting. A lot of stop, a lot of halt. And I think you need to focus on the halt, the stop. Things aren't moving because you're overthinking or over-obsessing with the outcome, and you need to lay that to rest. You need to now put your mind on other things. You're too obsessed with love, I think. And I think Spirit wants you to find inner peace within yourself. I'm getting a lot of like a specific channel to someone. I don't know if somebody was like, please someone channel a message for me. This is what I need to hear. This is for you. I don't know. I'm getting like a direct message. And it has a lot to do with your spirit guides. So I don't know if somebody really needed to talk to their spirit guides, but I'm having someone tell me to let you know to relax, to chill out, to stop overthinking, stop obsessing, and find your inner peace, your inner calmness. Your mind needs to rest. You need to stop obsessing with knowing everything. That's what the High Priestess is telling me. It's like you are on point with your intuition, because that's why the Queen of Swords is here. And your gut point, oh my goodness, your gut is on point, okay? So this gut feeling that you are having is definitely right. It's correct. If you're like, oh my gosh, this person is it for me, like they're the only one that will ever satisfy me. Maybe, yes, the High Priestess is telling you, yes, there is a psychic and a very deep connection with this person, but it doesn't mean that this is the one. It just means that, yes, you guys, yes, are soulmates, but it doesn't mean that you're soulmates for life. You may not be life partners just because you're soulmates. You need to let go of over analyzing something specific in your life, and to putting it on such a pedestal that you're giving that the hands in which you want to lay your satisfaction. And I don't think you should do that. You need to lay that to rest. And I think you need to allow your instincts to flow so that you can break free from this stagnant energy. And the only way to do that is when you find peace in the present moment in time that you're in. Mental peace. Clear your head. I think you need to focus on more mundane things. Whatever to stop your mind from racing. You have a crazy loud, inner voice, like a mind that just keeps on going. It's like my brain is scattered right now. Okay, pile number 1. Interesting. Oh my goodness, I totally just hit the camera. Okay, virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. Okay, so this is, if this isn't telling you more of like, listen, stop putting your end goal or your dream or this vision that you have, stop letting it be so grand that it's at even your own expense. It's almost like you're so obsessed with this specific thing that you're forgetting self-love. It's like you're so obsessed with this thing that you're forgetting about yourself. It's almost like stop, like they're saying stop. Maybe this is my pile number one. You may be that pile that watches so many pick-a-card readings because you're so obsessed with figuring out what they're thinking, what they're feeling, why it didn't work, why it could work, why we should be, why it wasn't. It just stop. Like, I think you need to start acknowledging that you, again, with spiritual attributes and the High Priestess, you are right about a specific connection. You are right on point. This person was a soulmate. This person you've known in a past life. Yes, and they came back in this one. However, don't stick to it. You need to break free from it. You need to stop thinking that just because you know so much about this specific connection doesn't mean that it's going to go any further. It's beautiful to have to find depth in a soul connection with someone, because that is the purpose of it, to break through to you in this lifetime. That resolution of mishaps or regret from past lives, it can come and flow into this one. And yes, you are meant to acknowledge it and to learn from it and to dig deep into it, because that's where you find that soul growth and that freedom and that liberation of the karmic cycle. You break it, you release it, you finally ended the cycle, you completed it, right? And so that's what spiritual attributes is saying to me. It's, yes, you're on point. You're very intuitive. You're very smart about this connection. Yes, maybe if you're the pile that is and does believe in twin flames, this is like, you know, this person is your twin flame and the person that you're intended to be with forever and ever. Yes, to an extent. You were meant to come across this person in this lifetime again, correct. I don't believe that this is the lifetime where you guys lead that ever after. And I think that's why it's such a challenging thing to live through with a twin flame. If you do believe in this, if you don't, then this isn't for you. However, for those who do, it's all about transcendence in spiritual growth when it comes to twin flames. It is not just about you guys ending up together to better the world. It's not just about that. That's the end goal, but it takes lifetime after lifetime after lifetime with this specific twin soul to carry that vision, that dream, to be there in the victory. It's a lot of work, and you are working with your twin soul until you get to the end game. And this lifetime was another lesson. You are not to put your entire heart on the line for someone who is not meant for you, but they definitely were meant to be a part of you and your life. And finding balance within acceptance with that is what you need to do. You need to find the peacefulness in yourself so that your mind can quiet. Wow, that was a very deep message. Practice moderation. Oh my goodness, what did I say? Oh my gosh, you guys, I swear I pre-shuffle these, but I love when it just makes sense. This is so crazy. I literally just said that you guys are like going to too many pick-a-card readings. And okay, I'm not one to be like, listen, I'm going to tell it how it is. I'm not going to just be like, yeah, you need to keep watching this to find out, because no, if it's unhealthy, I'm not going to want that for you. It's not about me and my readings. It's about you. It's about the message. It's about time for you to step back from having to figure things out. Like, practice moderation. I think you maybe are overdoing it with trying to psychically connect with this person, and you meditate on them a little too much, where it's almost like a bothering energy. So don't do that. Also, I think that you're constantly trying to, again, figure out how you're going to get there, to the point where it's like overkill with the tarot readings and the psychics and the someone has to give me an answer now. It's time for you to step back and soak in everything that you've learned thus far. You are on a race to spirituality when it's actually very effortless. It's actually a lot more present based than you're making it out to be. It's not always about the future. It's not always about the outcome. It's about the present moment. And that's what you need to remember. I think you need to hold your horses a little bit here, pile number 1. Okay, so let's see. We have 2 more. We have trust. Oh, wow. Like I said, your intuition is on point. Trust your intuition. You're very intuitive. Your gut feelings are on point. I think if this is someone who's like trying to figure out if they really are psychic, it's almost like you always have gut feelings and they're always right, and then you don't find out until it's too late. And then, I don't know, it's almost like you're trying to find validation in that. But listen, your gut is on point. I kept saying that. So yes, trust your intuition, but also trust that there is so much more. Okay? Don't get stuck on something just because you feel so right that it is it. Listen, it's right, and it was right for the time it lived. Other than that, set it free and let it be. And trust that with the knowledge that you've gained from this connection and how much deeper your perspective is on relationships and connections and self-love and self-awareness, this new outlook and all of these like lists of things that you put together, this ideology of who this candidate should be or what's next, I think you need to let that go and trust that Spirit has heard you enough to say, we got you, girl. Relax. We got you, man. We got you. We heard you. We hear your prayers. We know what you want. We're on your side. So just let them do their job and set yourself apart from the obsession, from the overthinking and the over digging. Okay, I think you need to let go and trust that the universe and your spirit guides definitely have your back. Okay, let's see what we have here. Unrequited love. Okay, so for the last card we have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, I think that you are holding on to something that is not healthy for you. Even if it is a very deep psychic connection where there is a soulmate here, it is definitely not the time for you guys to be together. And it's maybe something where you had to learn from each other, separate, because the separation was essential for soul growth. And now you have to learn to move on and to let go. Now you have to learn to be independent and self-assured and free from any attachment to anybody or anything, especially anyone who isn't intended for you. You're only going to block yourself, which is what the Four of Pentacles is. It's blocked energy. There's nothing that's going to flow in if you're holding on too tightly to a specific outcome. So just know that just because it didn't work out, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. There's so much more out there for you, and you need to let your guides do their job to bring you the right person and stop obsessing over who it is. Otherwise, you're just going to continue to have delays. Okay, my pile number 1. I didn't really expect that to be such a personal message, or such a a direct message to someone, and even just like a relationship or like a love advice. And that's pretty interesting, pile number 1. Okay, so we're going to roll some dice here so that I can get some more messages with some numbers for you guys. just to see if there's anything else that I can make you aware of that you need to hear right now. I have 3, 3, 3, 4, and 5. There is that stagnance energy again. Things are trying to brew up. Things are trying to be created. Behind the scenes, there's a lot of creative energy here. There's 3, 3, 3. Things have been trying to brew up for you, but you're not allowing them to come through with the 5 at the end here. 3, 3, 4, and 5. It's like you've stopped these things from coming in or from coming through for some reason, and I think you need to again, let energy flow the way it's supposed to. Let energy go through and around you and your life and be more present. Stop obsessing so much. Stop overthinking things so much. Because there's a lot of energy that wants to flow into your life, that wants to burst and bring about new things and new people and new experiences. But there's like stubborn energy with this 4. It's like a resistance to change, and you need to be open to change, which is 5 right here. So I definitely think that you need to be a lot more open. I think you need to get into your Empress energy and out of your Queen of Swords energy. You need to open up and become receptive mode. You are far too stuck on having a tangible result or an obvious outcome. I don't know. I feel like you're focusing on all the wrong. Oh my goodness, I can't even speak. I have a lot of messages running through my head right now, and it's hard for me to get them out. I'm trying to talk fast so I don't forget them. But anyways, it's just so essential for you to be more present and less obsessive. Stop holding on to something that is not intended for you and that is no longer healthy for you. 3, 3, 3, 4, and 5 can be a phone number, a date, license plate numbers, an address, an area code. If we make this total into a single digit, it would be, let's see, we have 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 9 is 18, which would be 9. And 9 is a spiritual number. 9 is soul growth. 9 is completion of karmic cycles. 9, here we go with the 9 of cups over here. So your life path number might be 9, which is probably why I felt that twin flame soul connection, which, you know, that could be where you're led. But unless you're in a life path number of 11, where it's like a master life or a master number of life path, then I don't think you're intended to be with that twin flame just yet. I think you've got a lot more soul growth to go through in many other lifetimes. And I know that's really difficult to hear, but, you know, it's what comes with the twin flame journey. And again, if you believe in that, that's for you. If you don't, totally let that go. Other than that, I think you're definitely wanting to get to the 10 because the 9 showed up. And I think you need to, again, be more in tune with the present moment so that you can let that energy flow through you, and you can allow your spirit guides to channel in what you need to know to give you and let you download all the messages that you need to know now. I don't think you're hearing them clearly because you're so focused on asking one specific question when they have so many other ways of giving you advice, and it's not just necessarily on what you might want to hear, but it's definitely something that you need to open yourself up to because it's important for you and your journey at this time. I think I'm just going to stop and wrap it up right there. So for my Gemini pile number 1s, what a crazy energy that was. I really do hope that you got something out of this. I want to give you a big hug and thank you so much for stopping by. like, share, subscribe, comment down below, hit the notification bell, all of that good stuff. I am going to move on to pile number 2, and I will catch you on the next one. Hello to all of my Gemini pile number 2 people. This is going to be the general energy reading for all of you. Whenever it is that you came across this reading, we're going to see what is happening. And hopefully there's a message here for you. Take what resonates, please. Leave whatever doesn't. Okay, so let's see. Pile number 2. I have pre-shuffled all of these cards, so I am finding out with you what it is that we have happening. We have the 7 of Pentacles, Judgment, the King of Swords, the King of Wands, okay? 3 of Wands, the Empress, the 10 of Swords. Okay, let's see. Okay, so immediately what I got was an ego battle. I'm feeling like an ego battle, almost like someone finally seeing the other person for who they truly are. With the 7 of Pentacles, it feels like there's this focus on how to express yourself. And this is to someone in particular. There's been a realization here of how you've been looking or taking on a particular endeavor or a situation. With the Judgment card here in the 7 of Pentacles, it's like a revelation of how you've been doing things. Something's got to give, right? Something's got to change. And when I said ego battle, I'm getting that from what you think you should do versus what you think you should versus what you should be doing. So thinking versus action, right? Contemplation versus initiative. I think that's where the King of Swords and the King of Wands differ. The King of Swords is planning and plotting, and he's thinking about it, and he's putting it all together in his mind, so that he's intellectually prepared for the battle, right? For the moment. Where the King of Wands is more, he's learned how to be less impulsive, but definitely action-oriented where it matters most. And I think with the 10 of Swords here, it's like an ego battle. It's like you've come to the realization that maybe you need to change your approach or your take on a person, or it could even be a particular creative endeavor that with the Empress here that you're super passionate about. You may even be considering freezing your eggs, because the Empress is very fertile. She's all about planting a seed and letting it grow, pregnancy. And the 7 of Pentacles is watching your seeds grow. You've been planting your seeds, and now you're watching them grow. So there may possibly be this need to, I don't know if you've been thinking about freezing your eggs lately, or if you've been looking into that, but I'm definitely getting that with the 10 of Swords, the Empress, and the 7 of Pentacles. It's like you think that just in case, you never know what's going to happen. You've been considering, you've been investigating with the King of Swords. You've been looking and seeing how much it costs. You might just need to make the appointment, which is the King of Wands. You've made up your mind, this is what you want to do. I don't know, that's a very specific message for someone out there. But if you're planning on freezing your eggs, you should definitely do so. With the Three of Wands here, Judgment, and the Seven of Pentacles, it's definitely a revelation or a complete change of direction. It's like you've changed your mind about something specifically. There's definitely a change here that wants to come through. And it may even be your environment as well. But no, it's something that you've invested a lot of time and energy into. That's what that Seven of Pentacles is. You've put in work towards something. And Judgment here, you know, it's that epiphany, that revelation, that new perspective on this the way of doing things, on this specific formula for you to bring forward progression, which is the Three of Wands result coming in for the Empress, the Three of Wands and the Empress. So something coming through, and the Ten of Swords, something maybe not coming through as you expected, but still happening. Maybe there's two people involved in this matter. Maybe it's a matter of who can do the job better, and one person thinks that they're capable of it, and then the other person turns out to be better for or more suited for the job. So it could be something along the lines of that as well. This is a total different energy from pile one. Okay, let's see what else we have. Vision. No matter what, you see the bigger picture of a loving, just universe. Okay, yeah, you definitely have vision, Empress, Three of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Judgment. The Kings have total and complete vision because they've been there, they've done that, they've conquered. The Empress knows how to tame their knowledge and allow things to come in effortlessly, because she doesn't need to prove herself. She doesn't need to win any more battles. She's won them all. You know, she in fact didn't even have to do anything. She's just fortunate enough to be tied with the right people, right? She has all the resources and all the right people around her. Royal blood. Yeah, there's definitely a new outlook, a new vision, a new perspective. There's something here that you are definitely having a total 180 moment about. You're changing your mind, you're starting from scratch. It's like, you're like, okay, wait a minute, start over. Something isn't adding up here. Something needs to be changed, and I'm about to do it. I'm going to investigate and figure this out, look into a new approach, researching a new company, a new resource, a new something. You're looking into something. It could even be like legalities of this specific goal or plan or creative endeavor. It's definitely something super creative with the King of Wands. Yeah, you have a vision. You definitely have a goal in mind. And I think you're afraid of involving other people in it because you're too scared that they're going to betray you. And that's why the Ten of Swords is here. You're afraid to share your vision with others because they might steal your idea or take your credit from you. Take credit for you. You're afraid that they're going to be the ones that are going to have the upper hand, or take your secrets, or steal your idea and change it and fine-tune it into their own, you know. So yeah, there's definitely something that you've got your eyes on the gold, is what I heard. Your eyes are on the gold. Okay, what else do we have here? We have ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments. Oh my goodness. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. So, you definitely, if you're afraid that somebody's going to steal your idea, you're definitely going to be known for this specific idea. You're not going to get credit, will be given where it's deserved, but you also can't cheat your way, right? You also can't cheat your way. You're aware of that. You don't cut corners, but maybe somebody, oh, I see. Okay, so maybe you were working really hard for a specific project or a creative endeavor, and there were other people involved in this, and they may have tried to pass it out as their own, pass it off as their own, or as if it was them and solely them that did this. And like maybe they stole your project and said, it's mine, you know, I have total rights to this, when really you're the true person who has rights to that project, that idea, that creation. You're gonna be known for this, okay? So don't think that somebody's gonna cheat you out, but it looks like somebody did or tried to already, and that's why you're kind of figuring out how to replay. You're reassessing your game, you're replotting and planning, you're trying to work around this mishap of some sort of betrayal within this. But you know what, I don't think you need to worry about that other person too much. I really don't, because it looks like things are definitely going to fall into place and be on your side. So even if that means parting ways with this partnership because it's turned ugly, it's gone bad, then maybe that's what you should do. Maybe you should be an independent contractor instead of partnering up with someone. 100% ownership, maybe that's your vision, is to part ways with a business partnership. Okay, yeah, there's definitely like a creative. If this is not for you, please go to another pile, because this is someone who has a specific goal in mind, something that they either want to create that's tangible, or something that they want to create that's evolutionary. It could even be with technology, because the King of Swords is here, which by the way is your energy. That is total Gemini energy. So I feel like you have this great idea and you're afraid of somebody taking this from you, or somebody already tried to, and now you're trying to work around that to see how to avoid that from happening again, because the Ten of Swords is here. Ownership, vision, yeah, okay. Cause and effect, you are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. Okay, so again, you're trying to create something or have a breakthrough moment. You're trying to put something out there, either into the public or yeah, there's definitely cause and effect is total Seven of Pentacles energy. Seven of Pentacles energy is planning. It's putting in the effort. It is watering your seeds. It is turning the soil to your seeds. It is, you know, reassuring that things are going as planned so that you can finally have the grapes and then make the wine, or you have to, you know, finally get the field to then, you know, grow and plant the seeds to then bear the fruit of your own labor, right? Cause and effect. So whatever this person did in the past, this Ten of Swords, well, it's coming back at them. So even if you think that they got away with it and they were able to have some sort of success, unbeknownst to everyone, this is all you, right? You're the true, you should be the true successor of this success, right? You should be the true, beneficiary of this success, you know, but somehow things were turned around, and now you're trying to see how to not make that happen. Well, guess what? Whatever they did, it's going to be done right back to them. That's just the way of life. That's just the way it goes. And I think that if maybe you need to, again, I saw ego battles from the beginning. So if maybe you apologizing and agreeing to disagree with this person is going to free you so that you can then create your own, you know, business, or do it all your way, as it was intended, then that's what you should do, because you don't want to get involved with anyone who's been cutting corners. You don't want any of that involved in your energy. Who wants that? Nobody likes that. You can't trust a person like that. So definitely stay focused on yourself, because whatever it is that your mind is set on, wherever it is that the mind goes, energy flows. So cause and effect. Everything that was done to you, well, they're going to get it done to them as well. It may not be the exact thing they did to you, but something's coming for sure to balance out that karma. Okay, Like attracts like. Yes, cause and effect again. Whatever it was that was done, whatever it was that happened to them, it's going to be, whatever they did to you, it's going to be done to them. It's going to come back and bite them in the ass. Once people look at the documents, because there could possibly be legalities involved here with the King of Swords, or documents of true ownership, who really owns this vision, who really is the one in charge here, who really did all of the work. It's going to show through, and they're going to get what's coming. So whatever happened here with the Ten of Swords, whatever happened here, it's like attract like. It's going to bring in complete karma. Okay, that's what this is saying. Total and complete karma. So I don't know if someone tried to steal your idea, your project, or if you worked really hard on this supposed partner assignment and you were the only one who did anything. It's going to be known. There's going to be something is going to be shown here where the truth comes out with the judgment here. Someone's definitely going to pay for what they did. Judgment and Ten of Swords. Be careful. Remain positive. Yeah, see, I think whoever did you dirty or whoever did you wrong, don't even let it faze you. Don't even let it get to you. Don't even bother, because clearly you are heading into the right direction. And clearly you know what you're doing. This is a really smart individual. I don't know who you are, but you've got shit happening for you, okay? You definitely worked your ass off to get to where you are, and you definitely are so smart and sharp that you wouldn't let something like this phase you, because you know how to get out of stupid shit like that. You know how to avoid people like this. You know how to dodge this kind of energy and how to make it work for you. That's what that cause and effect and like attract likes, that's where that message is, or the message that is trying to come through with those cards. It's like you're so 3 steps ahead with this Three of Fire that people don't even know what you've got coming in, but you do. Look at this King of Wands. He knows this Three of Wands is waiting for him. He knows it's coming through. He's literally just waiting, like the Empress, receptive mode, total receptive mode. Okay. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Okay, somebody for sure wronged you here, because forgiving and learning, ownership, maybe own up to when you messed up that made this person feel so triggered to do something to you. Like attract like, maybe it could be straight up jealousy, but it could also be kind of like you may have offended someone unintentionally and it triggered them so deeply that they hurt you as well. Healing this situation is what's actually going to allow you to have a breakthrough in your success. So you for sure have to be humble and have the humility to apologize, or to maybe hash it out with this person, even if you're like, I never want to see them again, I never want to talk to them again, they stole my work. They stole my credit. That was my money. That was, that was me. Why would they lie like that? You have to forgive them. You have to let it go. That's just the way it goes. Like attracts likes. The more humble and at ease and at peace you make the situation, the easier and smoother your future will go. One less karmic debt to pay off, right? So definitely, definitely let this person go with love, even if they wronged you. All right, let's see. I'm going to roll some dice here just to get a few more messages for you pile number 2s out there. Let's see what we have. We have 6, 5, 2, and 2. Okay, there's that partnership. There's that conflict with 5. There's all of the investors with the 6 and 6. Potential investors, potential resources for this project, this endeavor. I don't know, potential, you found, let's just say it's with music. You found an engineer, you found a cheap studio, you found a producer, you found backup singers, you found a band. You find all the right things that you need to put this song together. And if that means that there may be an odd man out here with the 5, that means that you did all of this, you aligned all of this work was you, and then this one person just had to ruin it for everyone else. And guess what? They're going to get what's coming. 5 here, change. Maybe it's a change in direction, change in partnership. 2 and 2, partnerships, connections, right? So definitely a change in partnerships here. That's what I'm saying. 100%. We go from 6, 6, 5, 2, and 2. So 6 is that balance and harmony, but also a lot of energy, a lot of incoming energy, a lot of attention on you, a lot of exchange of energy, and it's balanced and harmonious. And then we go to the 5, which is complete and total chaos, change in energies, shifts in energies, conflict, aggression, challenges, obstacles. And then from there you go to 2 and 2, which is a rebalance, opposition. It's a total adaptability to duality. It's finding the right partnerships for the better good of the project, of the song, of the business. Wow, that's such a different message for pile number 2 than it was for pile number 1. Okay, so 6, 6, 5, 2, and 2 can be a street address, a phone number, a zip code, a birthday. It can be anything that you may relate to. You may be seeing 222 a lot everywhere, which means that you are being protected. And you're definitely going to be linked up with someone who is very beneficial to you. So remain positive and free yourself of this chaos, of the unnecessary, messy energy that you no longer need. You don't need it. I think you're a very smart person, and you've got a plan, and I think you should stick to your plan. Just again, make sure that you're humble on your way to the top, because I definitely see success here, especially with the Empress, especially with the King of Wands, especially with the King of Swords. Judgment. Ships are coming in with the 3 of Wands. Whoever wronged you, like attract like, they're going to get what they deserve. And there's a total cycle change of new connections and partnerships that are actually going to be a lot more beneficial to you and the business or the project. All right, so for my Gemini pile number 2s, I hope that this did make sense. What a cool message, totally different from pile number 1. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below about any of this. If it did make sense, if it didn't resonate, whatever, go ahead and just comment below. Hit the notification bell if you do want to see when I post any more pick-a-card readings. And I am going to head over to pile number 3, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hello and welcome to all of my Gemini pile number 3 group. This is the general energy happening with you at the moment in time that you come across this video. Please be sure to only take what makes sense for you, leave whatever may not. Okay, so I did pre-shuffle these cards, so I am finding out with you what it is that we have going on. First, we have the Page of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Empress, and the 7 of Swords. Okay, so I think the Empress came out in pile number 2 as well. So you may have chosen this pile as well as the other one. 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so let me see what messages it is that I am picking up on right now. I think someone is coming in to sweep you off your feet, for sure. Also, you may be self-sabotaging your love life, but I see somebody sweeping you off your feet. Someone unexpected is gonna just come through. It's almost like this burst of energy, but I think it's someone who's been planning to show up and not tell you when. There's this sneaky energy with the Prince of, or the Knight of Swords, and the Seven of Swords, and then the Knight of Cups. There's a lot of night energy. Night energy is very flighty, especially with the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. It's like Prince Charming, someone who's good with words, someone who comes and goes when they want. They also change their mind often. And especially with the Seven of Swords, it may be someone that you want to be super careful about. You here as the Queen of, or I'm sorry, as the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles beside you, it looks like there's a need to protect your finances as well. So especially with the Nine of Pentacles. So be careful of fraud. There could be someone online trying to either ding you, or maybe this recently happened where your account was messed with. So be super careful with passwords online, things like that. Personal information may be exposed. Maybe a charge on your bank card statement that you did not make yourself was done. So you want to make sure that you check everything. What else do I see here? I don't like that the Six of Swords lands before the Seven of Swords. I would rather see you move away from this energy, but it's almost like you're stepping into a trap, like you're going towards something. It's like you've been warned. So this is more of like an alert or a warning message. So it could be triggering. Please do not get paranoid or overthink things. This is just a little caution, a little be careful, be wary, be smart and wise. And it looks like you are pretty sharp here as the Empress. So you'll be able to call someone out on their shit if they are definitely trying to scam you or pull a fast one on you. Okay, patience. Ooh. You are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. So maybe you've been a little, maybe there's some self-sabotage that could potentially happen if you don't give yourself enough time to... but I think it might be financially. This is like a financial reading. I think you're trying to... okay, this is like I'm trying to get rich quick kind of energy. Like I'm trying to see what the fastest route is to get this coin so that I can start racking up from my Nine of Pentacles to my Ten of Pentacles. So this could be with work. Maybe you're working, or maybe you're waiting to hear from someone, or maybe you are working as your own boss and it's starting to take a toll on you. You're trying to figure out how to make this work without having to ask for help. You've got such a big ego, you wouldn't want anybody to know that you're struggling financially. But I think this is more of like a winning, like a game, like you're going for the money, you're going for the gold. You're wanting to tame this this pentacle energy, this money. Especially with Nine of Pentacles, you're trying to gain something, and because it's not happening as quickly as you want, it's throwing you off a little bit. It's putting you in an ego position, which you can't let your ego take over especially when it comes to money. You have to have a very healthy relationship with money for it to come into your life. Responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. Yeah, so I think you may be financially responsible for someone at this moment. This may even be a child. Somebody may have, one of your children may have done something where now you have to pay for it because you're the mom, or you're finally telling this child you need to get a job and pay for your own mistakes, or pay for your own this or that if this is what you want. You need to learn how to do things on your own. You need to learn how to have patience. Things don't happen when you want. I'm your mother. I tell you what to do. I'm getting those sort of vibes as well. But it's also feeling like you have so many responsibilities right now that things are kind of outweighing each other. A little bit of off balance energy here. Freedom, you are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. So again, you are trying to get rid of a responsibility, and I think it might even be a financial responsibility. Maybe you're trying to pay something off in one solid payment, and you're avoiding specific people. Maybe you might even be like penny pinching right now, penny pincher, to make sure that you're able to pay things off. But listen, you got to do what you got to do. But at the same time, you know, if you get the donut, if you want the donut, okay, the world won't stop if you splurge a little bit, but don't overspend as well. But you're definitely trying to liberate yourself from something, especially with the Seven of Swords here and the Knight of Swords. You're trying to cut something out. You're trying to avoid something. Also, whoever is trying to come through to sweep you off your feet, you're going to call them out immediately, and you're definitely going to cut off that energy immediately, like effective immediately. Like you're going to completely move away from that energy with the Six of Swords and the Knight of Swords. It's like a completely removing energy, cutting out energy, moving towards something new. Especially with the Knight of Cups at the bottom underneath the Seven of Swords and the Empress. It's like, yeah, you're gonna have to deal with some shady shit, or maybe even a truth may come out that you may feel a little bit liberated about. You know, it's finally out there, and now you feel some sort of liberation, and you have to take ownership and responsibility about this, this secret or this personal matter. Maybe you were hiding a bill from your spouse and they found it, and now you have to take responsibility and say, yes, I bought the fucking couch with the credit card. I'm sorry. It was, you know, $4,000, whatever. I don't know. But you definitely have like a financial situation here. There's something with tangibility, with material gain, with finances. Okay. Make each day count. Patience and make each day count. I mean, I will tell you, you guys actually got two of these cards. Two fell through, so I'm just gonna take this one. Learn from your mistakes. Okay, so free yourself from guilt is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so you're feeling guilty or ashamed of something. That's that Seven of Swords energy. So you definitely are, I think like you're hiding something, or there may have been a mishap that you regret in the past that makes you think, if I wouldn't have done that, I would have had more money. If I wouldn't have bought this, I wouldn't have this monthly payment. But you know what? You can't be hard on yourself like that, because money spent is already spent. You can't ever get back money spent, but you can always make more money. That's always a plus. You gotta, like I said, you have to have a healthy relationship with money here. I think you need to change your perspective with money, and I definitely think that you need to do a root chakra meditation. I think if you channel in the root chakra energy, especially with this Empress having a lot of red on her, there's something about you having to align your root chakra, because it may have led to some financial mishaps. So definitely do some root chakra meditations for sure. Something that you did, you're trying to hide from people and trying to almost like you're sitting in a high horse, or like you're too royal to be touched. So there's something that that someone may have found out with the page, or excuse me, with the Ace of Pentacles. It's like proof of something that you may have done came through, and you didn't like it so much. It did kind of shoot your ego a little bit. You didn't want people to know this about you, but listen, it's not so bad now that it's out there. You can't take it back. There's nothing you can do about it. Now you have to learn how to accept it and make peace with it. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do when your ego gets shot, but you have to learn how to do that. You know, make each day count. Feel better about yourself. There's something about wanting to have a healthy relationship financially and wanting to make something happen as well. So make each day count. Don't cut corners. Don't cheat your way through things at all. Please don't do that. And don't make the same mistakes that you've done before. Something about like repeating cycles that you're totally going to try and avoid. Definitely like a sabotage energy, like a cheating energy, like a loss energy, and then like a gain. Like a loss and a gain, something being put out there that someone didn't want to. I'm getting like 3 different messages or 4 different messages with this energy. So take what makes sense for you. But I did see someone coming in that's trying to sweep you off your feet, that you're just not falling for their bullshit. And you're trying to make sure to take it one conversation at a time with this person to really see their true colors. And you're making sure that each conversation counts. You're taking note of everything they say, because you've gone through maybe some not so good situations or experiences in the past. You're trying to not repeat them, but also you need to detach from those past experiences. You need freedom from them, and you need to take ownership in what it is that you did and what you didn't like about yourself in those past experiences or relationships as it resonates with you. And I think having more patience with yourself will then bring that freedom, that liberation of that heavy guilt or regret that you have on your chest right now. If it's a secret or something that has come out or has been revealed about you, it could be that you're secretly I don't know, maybe you're like a secret singer. All we're missing here is the Queen of Wands, but this is like you're a secret singer or a secret performer, and people saw this and now they're like outing you about it, and you're super embarrassed about it, almost like, oh my gosh, you know, I never thought that anything would come of it, and now everybody's taking notice. People are actually paying attention to this, and now I feel like a joke, you know, it's embarrassing kind of thing. But it's like, don't do that. Like, listen, if this was out about you, that's great. That's so cool that people found this side of you, that people now know about this, even though you may be embarrassed about it. Own it. That's who you are, you know? Even if it's something that you carried personally because it's how you released yourself energetically. Who cares? Own it. It came out for a reason. If this is about wanting to follow through with a personal goal or something that you're trying to bear fruit to with the Empress here, something that you're creatively trying to have a big moment, or I don't know, almost like it's like a big reveal, I want to say. There's like a big reveal of something that you've been keeping to yourself, something you've been working on really hard that could potentially bring in, like, rack up plenty money. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Empress, something can definitely bear fruit and rack up money, especially with the Nine of Pentacles here. So this could also be a secret project that you've been keeping to yourself, pile number 3. Okay, let's see. It's up to you. Okay, so make each day count, and it's up to you. 9 of Pentacles energy here. Yeah. Someone's got like a secret that they're trying to keep to themselves, because I don't think it's so much that you're afraid of judgment, but you're just more of doing your own thing and not really one to share it with people. And you don't want people to find out this one particular thing about you, because you hold it so dear to your heart. But listen, it's up to you how you control this, how you take care of this. At the end of the day, you're the one in control of your life and the situations that you're put into, and what your actions, everything that you do, that's basically up to you. So as long as you're making each day count, you know, and you're doing things on your terms, which it seems like you already are. I don't think you can do any wrong at all. At all. It's almost like fate is in your hands. Fate is in your hands. Look at her. She's got flowers growing out of the palm of her hand. So your fate is more than certainly in your hands. And then the last card we have is heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So, yeah, okay. Knight of Swords, Knight of Water. I did say somebody was trying to come through to sweep you off your feet. What did I say? I felt that energy earlier. Like I told you guys, I pre-shuffle these cards. I am finding out with you what is happening in your energy. And I love when the cards just kind of fall into place with what I've been feeling and hearing. So I love that heart-to-heart conversations popped out after I had mentioned this to you guys. For sure, somebody's going to come through to try to sweep you off your feet. For sure. And they're going to offer you something big, and they may even apologize for lying to you before, or for maybe not doing things the way that they should have, right? They left you with a bitter taste in your mouth. And it looks like it's time for the conversation to be had. This secret needs to be outed. This awkward elephant in the room needs to be discussed, you know? And I think that's essentially what's going to happen, is there's going to be this big open conversation of what went wrong, what could have gone well, and where we're going now, what direction is next, because the Six of Swords is here, and the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So there's certainly movement here. And I think you're so afraid of someone lying to you again with that Seven of Swords that you're just super cautious, and you're observant of this person's of the way they're speaking, their mannerisms, if they're looking you straight into your eyes, like their eye contact, their tics, how they're fidgeting, how they're speaking. You really are literally analyzing this person to the hair, just to see and make sure that they are trustworthy, because trust was more than certainly broken in the past with the Seven of Swords here. So if it's not you, it's the other person, but there's definitely something that went sour, that was hidden, or that was completely misconstrued or said out of complete hatred, or like a sabotage moment, and that whatever that was that fell through is now gonna come back to make things right. There's gonna be an equilibrium of balance. If it is about you being your own boss, I think you're gonna have that conversation with your current job and say, I'm no longer gonna be here. I'm putting in my 2 weeks. This is it. I'm moving on. Or I'm retiring and I'm starting my own business. Like, I'm doing this, but on my own. I'm opening up my own company, because as much as I love being a manager here, I rather just be managing my own company and making my own money instead of making money for the big guy. Something along those lines here. But there's a serious conversation that needs to be had here. That I see for sure. Okay, you guys, so pile number 3, what a message. Okay, so Gemini, I mean, the most common thing that I've seen in all 3 piles thus far is this creative energy. There's like this outlet for creation. So the Empress showed up in pile number 2. I think it was, what was it? It was like the King of Wands was pile number 1, or maybe that was also pile number 2. I don't know, but there's a lot of movement happening with all 3 piles, and whether that is moving on or moving into something else, or moving back with someone, it's like there's movement here for sure happening with all 3 piles. Okay, so let's roll some dice and see what other messages I can pull for you guys using some numbers. Let's see what we got here. We've got 3, 3, 3, 1, and 2. All right. Okay. Lots of creative energy. Lots of fun, exciting energy. Things are definitely brewing up here for you. Okay, so 3 is creativity. 3 is such a good number. I love this number. It's community, it's creativity, it's manifestation. So you've been trying to bring in this Ace of Pentacles for quite some time now. You may have been working for a company for about 3 years, or maybe even given them 3 decades of your life. So that may be someone who, maybe that's where I got that parental energy from, or that mother that finally wants to say, I'm going to work for myself. Now, you, child, need to go get a job and pay for your own things. I want to be my own boss, and that means that you're going to have to sacrifice as much as I am to make this happen. So there's definitely been a lot of creating and kind of like building blocks. You've been putting building blocks together so that you can finally bring in this new beginning, which is 1. 1 is a new stage, a new phase, solitude, also isolation, but bringing in something new and fresh, which is this Ace of Pentacles, bringing in that Ace of Pentacles, baby. And then we end up with a 2. A 2 meaning duality. So this conversation, this heart-to-heart conversation, it will have a peaceful resolution. It'll have the exchange from one another that is essential for you guys to be able to let go of the matter or the situation, to be able to forgive and forget and move on. But also, 2 is a financial business partner, or a good connection, or a good connect or resource, or it could even be a good new relationship. There's like duality here, there's a good balance, there's a good give and take here. It's something that's definitely working for both people involved. Both parties involved are benefiting from this specific partnership, this interaction of soul connection. 3, 3, 3, 1, and 2 can also be numbers on license plates, addresses, birthdays, anything that may resonate with you. You may also be seeing the number 3 everywhere, because we have 2 and 1 is 3, and then we have 3 twice. So you may be seeing the number 333 a lot. And that's maybe what you need to hear to see that this is your message for you. With the Empress here and 333, there is so much creativity in this pile. You guys are so creative. You guys can make anything out of nothing. That is so amazing. Okay, so Gemini, pile number 3. I'm going to wrap it up right here. I do hope that you got something out of this reading, any kind of message that was needed for you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment down below, all of that good stuff. And I will catch you on the next one.